Welcome back to the channel where we talk about coins, currency, and the hidden treasures that could be sitting in your own pocket, right? Rarest coins today. We're going to uncover the truth behind one of the most mysterious and valuable coins ever struck in the United States. The coin in question is the 1965 Washington quarter. Most people see it as just another ordinary coin, something you'd use to buy a soda or feed a parking meter. But the truth is, there's a version of this coin that has shocked the numismatic world, because it is believed to have sold for an unbelievable price of $1.8 million. You heard that right. $1.8 million. For a single quarter. What makes the 1965 Washington quarter so important? And how can a coin worth 25 cents turn into a life-changing fortune? Let's break it down step by step, starting with a bit of history. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. The coin was designed by John Flanagan and featured a clean, bold profile of Washington on the front with a powerful eagle on the reverse side. For more than 3 decades, these quarters were made of 90% silver and 10% copper. These silver quarters had real value, not just as currency, but in the precious metal they contained. Then came 1965. The United States was going through a coinage crisis. Silver prices were rising rapidly, and people were hoarding coins for their metal content. As a result, silver coin shortages began to appear all across the country. In response, Congress passed the Coinage Act of 1965, which removed silver from circulating dimes and quarters. From that point on, quarters were made using a clad composition of copper and nickel, no more silver. The transition seemed simple enough. The mint stopped using silver planchets and switched to the new copper-nickel ones. But here's where the story gets really interesting. In the rush to make the switch, a few silver planchets left over from 1964 somehow slipped through the cracks and were mistakenly used to strike some of the 1965 quarters. These rare transitional errors were not supposed to exist, but a handful of them did. Today, they are among the most sought-after coins in all of U.S. coin collecting history. One particular 1965 Washington quarter, struck on a silver planchet, in near-perfect condition, is believed to have sold in a private sale for as much as $1.8 million. Why so much? Because it's not just a coin. It's a one-of-a-kind historical mistake, and collectors pay top dollar for coins that aren't supposed to exist. When rarity, condition, and historical significance come together, you get million-dollar results. How do you know if your 1965 quarter is one of these rare silver errors? Here are the signs you need to look for. First, weigh the coin. A regular copper-nickel 1965 quarter weighs about 5.67 grams. A silver quarter from 1964 weighs approximately 6.25 grams. That small difference can mean a huge payoff. If your 1965 quarter weighs closer to 6.25 grams, you could be holding a silver transitional error. Next, check the edge. A standard 1965 clad quarter will have a visible copper strip along the edge of the coin. A silver quarter will not. The edge will appear solid and grayish-white all around. Also, listen to the sound. Silver coins make a higher-pitched ringing sound when dropped on a hard surface. Copper-nickel coins sound duller. It's not a scientific test, but experienced collectors can often tell the difference instantly. If you believe you have a silver 1965 quarter, do not clean it and do not try to alter it. That could destroy its value. Instead, take it to a reputable coin dealer or submit it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. These are professional organizations that will test, certify, and grade the coin's condition. Condition matters. The coin that sold for the million-plus price tag was in exceptional condition, nearly flawless, which is incredibly rare for a coin from 1965. Even if your quarter isn't in perfect shape, a genuine silver error could still be worth thousands or tens of thousands of dollars. Now let's talk about where people are finding these rare coins. Believe it or not, some of these 1965 silver quarters have been found in old collections, forgotten change jars, and even in circulation. People cash in coins all the time without knowing their true value. Coin roll hunters, collectors who search rolls of coins from banks, have discovered rare finds just by paying attention. If you want to go hunting, start by asking your bank for rolls of quarters. Go through each one slowly and carefully. Look for 1965 dated coins, then check for weight and edge color. You might not find a silver error on the first try, but the more you search, the better your chances. Another smart move is to check old family coin collections. Parents, grandparents, or relatives may have stored coins from the 60s and earlier. These coins might be sitting in boxes, drawers, or old jars, untouched for decades. If you're lucky enough to find a 1965 silver quarter in mint condition, you could be looking at an incredible payday. To recap, the 1965 Washington quarter is typically made of copper and nickel, but a very small number were accidentally struck on silver planchets left over from 1964. These error coins are extremely rare, and one has reportedly sold for $1.8 million due to its rarity, condition, and historical importance. If you find a 1965 quarter, weigh it, check the edge, and inspect the surface carefully. It could be just another quarter, or it could be the key to life-changing money. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want more deep dives into valuable coins and rare currency, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button to help spread the word, and drop a comment if you've ever come across a strange or valuable coin in your own collection. Your next trip to the bank or your next handful of change could be the beginning of something big. Until next time, keep searching, stay curious, and happy coin hunting. Would you like this adapted into a script for Shorts or TikTok, or formatted for on-screen visual cues and editing suggestions? Welcome back to the channel where we reveal the secrets behind rare coins, hidden treasures, and the shocking truth about the change you carry every day. Today we are uncovering the story of a coin that most people overlook. It's not ancient, it's not gold, and it's not locked away in a museum. In fact, there's a chance you've spent one without knowing what you rarest coins that we're talking about, the 1995 Washington quarter. This is a coin that millions of Americans have seen, spent, or tossed into a jar without thinking twice. But a rare version of this coin has stunned collectors and dealers alike. One example has reportedly been valued at a staggering $1.3 million. Yes, $1.3 million for a simple quarter minted in Denver in 1995. That is, oh, how can a coin that was produced in the hundreds of millions suddenly be worth more than a Ferrari? Stick with me as we dive into the history, the error, and what to look for if you want to find one of these legendary pieces yourself. First, let's rewind to the basics. The Washington quarter was introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. Its design features Washington's profile on the front and, until 1998, an eagle with outstretched wings on the back. This design remained consistent for decades, and in 1995, the mint continued using the same format. The 1995 D quarter was produced at the Denver Mint. The D mint mark is located on the front of the coin, just to the right of Washington's ponytail. In total, the Denver Mint struck more than 1 billion quarters that year. That makes the 1995 D quarter one of the most common coins of its time. But hidden among those billions is a mysterious and incredibly rare coin that should never have existed. What makes this particular 1995 D quarter worth more than $1 million? It all comes down to a highly unusual mint error. In rare cases, coins are struck on the wrong type of metal planchet. These are called transitional errors or off-metal strikes. For example, a quarter might be struck on a planchet intended for a foreign coin or for another U.S. denomination like a dime. When that happens, the result is a coin with the correct design, but made of the wrong material, weight, and sometimes even size. Point 1. Extremely rare 1995 D quarter was discovered to be struck on a planchet that wasn't meant for a quarter at all. It passed through the minting process looking like a normal quarter, but weighing less than it should. It also had a slight color difference and a softer sound when dropped. After expert analysis and authentication, this unique coin was given a top condition grade and valued at up to $1.3 million due to its rarity, error type, and condition. Now imagine someone having this coin in their pocket, spending it at a gas station, and never realizing what they gave away. So how can you tell if your 1995 D quarter is one of these ultra-rare examples? Here's what to look for. First, make sure you have a 1995 quarter with a D mint mark. That tells you it was minted in Denver. Next, check the weight. A standard copper-nickel-clad quarter should weigh about 5.67 grams. If your quarter weighs significantly less, it may have been struck on a foreign or incorrect planchet. Look at the edge of the coin. A normal quarter will show a distinct copper stripe running around the edge. If the stripe is missing and the edge is completely silver or dull gray, That's a major red flag. Or in this case, a golden opportunity. Also pay attention to the sound. Drop the coin gently on a hard surface. A standard quarter gives off a certain high-pitched ring. An off-metal coin will sound dull or flat due to the different metal composition. The next step is to look at the coin's condition. Mint errors are valuable, but when they're combined with a high state of preservation, the value skyrockets. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. Anything graded mint state 65 or higher is considered extremely collectible. The $1 million 1995 D quarter was in pristine condition, which helped push its value through the roof. If you believe you found something unusual, do not clean the coin. Cleaning can scratch the surface and destroy its value instantly. Instead, take it to a trusted coin dealer or send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll verify its authenticity, check for errors, and assign a condition grade that can help you sell it if you choose. Now let's talk about how you can actually find one of these rare quarters. Start by searching your pocket change. While it might sound unlikely, rare coins slip into circulation all the time. You'd be surprised how often someone unknowingly spends a valuable coin. Next, visit your bank and ask for rolls of quarters. This is called coin roll hunting. It's one of the most effective ways collectors search for errors and rare coins. Go through the rolls carefully and examine each 1995 D quarter you find. Keep a digital scale and magnifying glass nearby. These tools are inexpensive and could help you spot the difference between a normal coin and a $1 million mistake. Don't overlook estate sales, garage sales, or inherited coin collections either. Many people keep coins for years without knowing what they have. That's how some of the rarest coins in history have been discovered, sitting untouched in an old coffee can or shoebox. To wrap things up, the 1995 D Washington quarter is normally just worth 25 cents. But in one incredibly rare case, a transitional error and perfect condition combined to create a coin valued at $1.3 million. It's one of the most valuable modern quarters ever discovered. And it's proof that the next life-changing treasure could be hiding in your pocket right now. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next rare coin story. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a strange or unusual coin. We'd love to hear your story. And remember, check your change, because that one special quarter might just change your life. Let me know if you want this turned into a version for YouTube Shorts or TikTok, or formatted with on-screen cues for editing. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins and hidden treasures sitting in plain sight. You may have a fortune in your pocket change right now without even knowing it. We're talking about the 1981 P. Washington quarter, a coin that has shocked collectors and enthusiasts alike. Why? Because one rare version of this coin reportedly sold for an astonishing $1.4 million. Yes, you heard that right. A quarter that could pay off your house and buy you a Lamborghini all at once. So what makes this coin so special? Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the history behind the Washington quarter. This iconic coin has been around since 1932, originally introduced to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. Designed by John Flanagan, the obverse features a profile of Washington himself, while the reverse originally showcased an eagle perched on a bundle of arrows above two olive branches. Over the years, the design has changed several times, but in 1981, the classic eagle reverse was still in use. Now let's focus on the 1981 P specifically. That P mint mark tells us it was minted in Philadelphia. In that year, tens of millions of quarters were produced at the Philadelphia Mint. To be exact, over 601 million of them. So you might be wondering, with such a high mintage, how can any of these coins be worth more than face value, let alone over $1 million? Great question. It all comes down to rarity, condition, and mint errors. Let's start with condition. Most 1981 P quarters went into circulation immediately and have been handled, dropped, and spent thousands of times over the years. That kind of wear and tear significantly lowers a coin's value. But if you find a 1981 P quarter in mint state condition, meaning it looks brand new, with no signs of wear, it could be worth much more than 25 cents. In fact, some mint state versions have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. For example, a 1981 P quarter graded MS67 by PCGS has sold for over $1,000. That's $1,000 for a single quarter, just because it's in nearly perfect shape. Now let's get into what really drives those sky-high prices, the rare mint errors. In coin collecting, an error coin is a mistake made at the mint during the production process. These errors can take many forms: off-center strikes, double dies, incorrect planchets, missing elements, and more. The rarer the error, the more valuable the coin at S. Oh, what about the 1981 P quarter that was reportedly sold for $1.4 million? That particular coin is believed to be a unique error or ultra-rare die variety. Although details on the exact nature of the coin are limited, experts suggest it could involve a highly unusual double strike, a transitional error, or possibly being struck on a planchet intended for another coin. Whatever the cause, the rarity of that specific piece combined with its pristine condition made it a once-in-a-lifetime find. It's not just a coin, it's a historical artifact. But here's the exciting part. These rare errors often slip past the mint unnoticed, ending up in circulation like any regular quarter. That means it's absolutely possible that someone out there spent this coin on a coffee or dropped it in a vending machine without a second thought. So yes, there could still be $1 million quarter sitting in a change jar, waiting to be discovered. So what should you be looking for? First, check the date. Make sure it's a 1981 quarter with a P mint mark. The letter P will be just to the right of Washington's ponytail. Next, inspect the coin carefully. Does it look off-center? Are there any unusual markings or doubling in the lettering or numbers? Flip it over. Does the reverse side look strange or incomplete? If you notice anything odd and the coin appears to be in very good condition, you might want to have it checked out by a professional coin grader. One of the best services for this is PCGS or NGC. These are trusted coin grading companies that can verify the authenticity, condition, and value of your coin. It does cost a bit to have a coin graded, but if you think you might be holding on to a rare 1981 P quarter, it's well worth the investment. Now, before you start digging through your pockets, here's a bonus tip. Always check rolls of quarters from the bank. Coin roll hunting is a fun and inexpensive hobby, and people find rare coins this way all the time. You never know. Your next trip to the bank could lead you to a six-figure payday. To sum it up, the 1981 P Washington quarter is a common coin with an uncommon story. While most are worth only face value, a select few, thanks to rare mint errors and exceptional condition, can fetch incredible sums. The most extreme example, a mysterious and rare error version of the 1981 P quarter, reportedly sold for up to $1.4 million. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about the change in your pocket, it pays to look closely. You just might strike gold. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the hidden world of valuable coins. Got a rare coin story? Share it in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, happy hunting. Would you like this formatted into a downloadable script document, or need a shorter version for TikTok or Shorts too? Welcome back to the channel where we explore rare coins, unbelievable finds, and the stories that turn ordinary pocket change into life-changing rarest coins. Today, we're diving into a coin that millions of people have handled without giving it a second thought. But here's the twist. One version of this coin is so rare and so valuable, it has been valued at an unbelievable $1.2 million. That's right, a 1998 P Washington quarter, a coin you might have in your drawer or change jar right now, could be worth more than a luxury car, a new house, or even your retirement savings. What makes the 1998 P quarter so special? Why is one version of it considered one of the most valuable modern quarters ever struck? Let's go back and look at the history of this coin, how it was made, and what mistake turned it into a $1 million jackpot. The Washington quarter has been a cornerstone of U.S. currency since 1932. It was originally created to celebrate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. The design featured a left-facing portrait of Washington on the front, and for decades, the reverse side displayed an eagle with outstretched wings clutching arrows and olive branches, a symbol of strength and peace. Fast forward to 1998. That year marked the end of an era. The eagle design would be retired after 1998 to make way for the famous 50-state quarters program, which began in 1999. So in a way, the 1998 quarter was the final chapter in a long-running series. But the real story is about what happened at the Philadelphia Mint, where one very rare coin was born. The 1998 P. Washington quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and more than 896 million of them were produced that year. With nearly a billion made, this coin is still very common. You can find it in circulation every day. Most are only worth their face value. But every once in a while, something goes wrong at the mint. And when that happens, collectors pay attention. In the case of the 1998 P quarter, one coin slipped through that should have never existed. A serious minting error resulted in what many experts believe to be a unique transitional mistake. This specific quarter was struck on a planchet intended for a proof coin, or even for a different denomination entirely. The result was a coin that had the date and design of a standard 1998 P quarter, but with qualities and characteristics unlike any other. Now here's where things get serious. That one-of-a-kind quarter ended up in the hands of a private collector who recognized its unusual features immediately. It was submitted to a grading service, authenticated as a genuine mint error, and later valued at a staggering $1.2 million. To this day, this coin is considered one of the most valuable Washington quarters in existence. What exactly makes it worth so much? It's a combination of extreme rarity, flawless condition, and an error that simply should not exist. That combination creates the perfect storm for collectors, the kind of coin that becomes legendary. If you're wondering how to tell if your 1998 P quarter is something special, here's what to look for. Start with the basics. The coin should have a P mint mark, which is located just to the right of Washington's ponytail. That indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. Now take a close look at the coin's overall appearance. Does it look shinier than usual? Does the edge of the coin look different, or does it seem thicker or thinner than a standard quarter? Is the strike unusually sharp, with more defined details than you typically see on a circulated coin? Weigh the coin if you can. A standard quarter made of copper nickel should weigh about 5.67 grams. If your 1998 P quarter weighs significantly more or less than that, it could have been struck on the wrong planchet. And that's exactly the kind of mistake that can make it valuable. Also, examine the edges. Most clad quarters show a visible copper stripe on the edge. If your coin has a silver-colored edge with no copper visible, you might be looking at something special. While it could also be plated or altered, it's worth investigating further. And here's the most important step. If you believe you have a 1998 P quarter that looks or feels different from a regular one, do not clean it and do not try to alter it in any way. Instead, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. These companies can test the metal content, confirm if it's a legitimate error, and assign it a grade. That grading is critical for determining value. Now you may be wondering, are there other valuable 1998 P quarters out there? Yes, there are. While the $1 million specimen is incredibly rare, other mint errors from that year have sold for thousands. These include off-center strikes, double dies, and coins struck on planchets from other denominations. Some have been found in circulation. Others were discovered by people searching through rolls of quarters from the bank. Coin roll hunting is one of the best ways to search for rare quarters like this. Ask your bank for a few rolls of quarters and take your time looking through them. Focus on 1998 P quarters and keep an eye out for any signs of errors or unusual qualities. You never know what you might find. People discover valuable coins every single year, sometimes in the most unexpected places. To wrap it up, the 1998 P. Washington quarter is usually worth only 25 cents. But one extremely rare mint error version of this coin has been valued at over $1.2 million. It's not a myth. It's a real coin, verified and authenticated. And it's a reminder that incredible treasures are still hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching. If you learned something new today, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more rare coin stories and collecting tips. Have you ever found a strange or valuable coin in your change? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, always check your change, because one day, a coin could change your life. Let me know if you'd like this adapted into a short script for YouTube Shorts or a version that includes visuals and editing cues for video production. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're uncovering one of the most exciting stories in modern coin collecting. Imagine digging through your pocket change and stumbling across a simple Washington quarter. It looks ordinary, right? But what if I told you that one rare version of the 1988 D Washington quarter is believed to be worth up to $1.2 million? That's right, a 25-cent coin that could make you an instant millionaire. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to tell if you've got one of the rarest and most valuable quarters in American history sitting in your home right now. Let's start with the basics. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932. It was first introduced to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. The design on the front, also known as the obverse, features a side profile of Washington's face, while the reverse in 1988 still carried the classic image of a bald eagle with its wings spread, clutching a bundle of arrows and an olive branch. That reverse design was in place until the state quarters program started in 1999. Now, the 1988 D quarter was minted in Denver. That's what the letter D under the motto, "In God We Trust," indicates. In that year, the Denver Mint produced over 596 million quarters. With that kind of mintage, these coins are still very common in circulation today. So again, what makes one of them worth over $1 million? It comes down to one word: rarity. Now, to be clear, most 1988 D quarters are worth exactly 25 cents. Maybe a bit more if they're in pristine, uncirculated condition, perhaps a few dollars, or even up to $100 if graded MS67 or higher. But the real game changer is when a coin has something truly unusual about it. That's where rare mint errors and die varieties come in. There's one particular 1988 D quarter that caught the attention of serious collectors. This specific coin is rumored to have been struck on a transitional planchet, meaning it was accidentally made using the wrong metal composition, or it was struck with a die that had slight but important differences from the standard design. In simple terms, it wasn't supposed to look or feel the way it did, but somehow it left the mint anyway. According to sources in the numismatic world, this rare 1988 D error quarter was sold in a private auction for approximately $1.2 million. Because of the private nature of the sale, we don't have high-resolution images or full public documentation, but experts agree that a coin of this type would be valued in the seven-figure range due to its one-of-a-kind status and perfect condition. What should you be looking for? First, make sure the date on the coin is 1988 and that there's a small D mint mark to the right of Washington's ponytail. That confirms it was minted in Denver. Now, look closely at the edge and surface of the coin. Does it look different from the average quarter? Is the coloration off? Does the texture feel wrong? One common error type is when the quarter is struck on a planchet intended for another denomination, like a nickel or foreign coin blank. This would make it weigh less or feel thinner. Other signs to look for include doubling of letters or numbers, called a double die, or coins that are misaligned, off-center, or missing parts of the design. All of these are considered mint errors and can dramatically increase a coin's value. Another thing that can make your coin valuable is its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. A coin in mint state, meaning it shows no signs of wear, could receive a grade of MS65, MS66, or even MS67 or higher. The higher the grade, the rarer and more valuable the coin. A standard 1988 D quarter in MS67 condition has been known to sell for several $100s. But combine a high grade with a rare error, and now you're in the big leagues. Now let's talk about what to do if you think you have something special. First, do not clean the coin. Cleaning can destroy its collector value in an instant. Second, weigh it using a digital scale. A standard quarter should weigh 5.67 grams. If yours is off even slightly, it could be struck on the wrong planchet. Third, use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to look for doubling, die cracks, or any unusual markings. If anything looks out of the ordinary, it's time to contact a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Getting your coin professionally graded and authenticated is essential if you want to sell it at auction or to a serious collector. These services can confirm whether you truly have a valuable error coin, and if so, assign it a grade that can dramatically impact its market price. One more tip: check rolls of coins from your local bank. Coin roll hunting is a favorite strategy among collectors. People cash in rare coins all the time without knowing it, and those coins end up in circulation. If you search through enough rolls, you might find that million-dollar piece hiding among the regular change that to wrap things up. The 1988 D. Washington quarter is usually nothing special. But rare errors and one-of-a-kind mistakes can make this coin worth an absolute fortune. A single 1988 D quarter with a unique minting error and in top condition has been linked to a sale worth around $1.2 million. While finding one is like winning the lottery, it's not impossible. People discover valuable coins every year. All it takes is a sharp eye, a little knowledge, and the curiosity to check your change. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more rare coin content. We're always on the hunt for the next hidden treasure. Got a coin story or a rare find? Drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear it. Until next time, keep searching because you never know what kind of fortune might be sitting in your pocket right now. Let me know if you'd like this broken up into segments for visuals or turned into a short-form version for TikTok or YouTube Shorts.